Bill doesn't know this. First of all, he is one of like a half a dozen guitar senseis in my life that that helped me out along the way, and I want to thank you. You were the last of the senseis.
I'm the last of the
You're the
group.
last of them. I stopped after you. You got the, it was,
That's good. That's good.
you got married. You Rod who?
Radu, yeah. I was busy.
Right. So thank you for doing this. This is
Sure,
wonderful.
Ryan.
Um, what are you up to now? What are you up to now?
Right now, well, we spent a year at home, kind of ready to get out and sort of like rebooting the whole guitar career in a sense. So sort of ready to get out, make some phone calls, see what we can stir up.
Mm-hmm.
But in the meantime, I was doing a lot of listening, and I kind of went backwards, like the early stuff I used to listen to. Sort of more really traditional jazz.
Did you ever go like forwards?
Yeah, well, I'm talking like real straight, like ting 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 ting.
Okay. All right.
Guys like Herb Ellis stuff.
Spankalang.
Really listening to that for some weird reason. If we're even during this whole COVID thing, I was listening to Chuck Berry some.
Uh-huh.
That's like, I used to listen to him, when I was 10.
Yeah.
I love Chuck Berry. Still love Chuck Berry.
Yeah. You don't outgrow it.
No, you don't outgrow it.
Yeah.
He has great sense of swing in there.
Yeah. Yep.
Definitely.
He's coming from Timbo Walker and Charlie Christian.
Yeah.
And
exactly.
Yeah.
And so great sense of swing. So, but I've been, going back, listening to that kind of stuff a little bit. I also worked on some, maybe about halfway, the first half of the COVID, the COVID rest period. This sort of playing some class, huh?
The COVID vacation.
Exactly. Playing some classical and just kind of, which isn't my thing, jazzes, but kind of working a little bit of that out.
Mm-hmm.
It was enjoyable.
Mm-hmm.
But then I just drifted back just to practicing the jazz.
Mm-hmm.
But it was good to do that.
Yeah.
Beneficial.
Yeah. When you practice jazz, do you have a set bunch of tunes that you're trying to rework or improv over, or?
Well, sometimes you kind of go back over tunes to relearn them. You realize when you're not gigging at all, you start saying to yourself, what is that B section? How's that go?
Yeah.
It's some of those tunes like but maybe not as well as some others, and you used to remember them, and you're thinking, okay, I'm stuck. Time to go back over.
That's too much of that hard liquor.
Yeah. Yeah, time to go back over that. No, I sit there, have a nice cup of glass of red wine.
Right. Memory goes. Whoopies.
Yeah. But and playing scales. Hey, we all love scales, right?
We'll go over all that. Where did you get your start? Like in music? Like go back to like even before guitar. What is your earliest memories with music?
Oh, well, as mentioned, I used to play this. It wasn't even a workable guitar. I used to sit there and strum. I thought it sounded cool. It looked cool, but it wasn't really cool.
It probably was really cool.
But I remember with my parents, sometimes they would go out to places that had music, live music.
Mm-hmm.
There were many more of those.
Yeah.
I even remember, I think it was a place, Route 24 in Market Street.
Okay.
There used to be a restaurant there. I remember a guy playing like a Hammond B3 in there.
Really?
Yeah.
It's probably Steve Hayes.
It was some older African American gentleman. This is like in 1967 or something.
Before my time.
Yeah, and barely. I was like 3 or 4.
Yeah.
But I just remember it's like, whoa, what a sound! Oh, But I can also remember like Buddy Rich.
All right.
Out there way out in Stony Brook, East Market, used to be
Mhm.
a hotel out there.
Yeah. Yeah.
He played there.
So did I.
Yeah.
Not with Buddy Rich.
Even Buddy Rich.
Not with Buddy Rich.
But we just went for dinner. It's like, oh, there's Buddy Rich playing
Right.
drums with his trio.
Yeah.
Trio gig.
Uh-huh.
Like wow, there he was. He just went in for dinner. Yeah.
Yeah. So your parents went out to eat, and they and a lot of the places that they frequented had live music there.
Yeah.
Were
Yeah.
either of your parents musicians?
No. But they enjoy. Well, mom could play piano a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Dad enjoys music.
Yeah.
But
so your dad
no one
used to
really
play that
played.
my dad used to say, do you know that song Far, Far Away? That was his big joke. Play it far, far away.
No.
Like it was a song or something.
It was a big joke.
Dad joke. Sorry.
Yeah.
So those are your earliest memories. So at some point you get a hold of a guitar.
Mm-hmm.
And you're trying to vibe what you're seeing at the York Valley Inn.
Yeah, or right. Or even Chuck or Elvis,
Yeah. All right.
But you realize though, like back in the '60s, music was all over TV.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, here's Roy Clark. What a player.
Yeah.
And other.
But even the Jetsons had Tommy Tedesco and Howard Roberts.
Yeah.
All the cartoons we watched as kids and TV shows had top-notch players on them.
Yeah. Or even like when I was junior high, like Herb Ellis played, in the Merv Griffin band.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, it was just everywhere.
Yeah.
Even Hee Haw, if you remember that TV.
I do a lot. You'd be surprised at the number of people in my interviews that has been a major thing in their life from all walks of life.
Yeah.
There's a rock guitar player by the name of Ricky Soga from Columbus, Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
Those were some of his earliest. Okay, I saw Roy Clark on Hee Haw. We all just around the television set. Yeah. Roy Clark played it all.
And Chet Atkins, he was on TV a lot.
Yeah.
But it's like, you could turn on all these shows, some great music.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't seem to be like that these days, right?
Yeah, and there's no names.
Right.
There's no names. It's like, in other words, guitar players now, they're all over Instagram.
Oh, certainly. Yeah.
And it's a different world.
Right.
Okay. But big money is not supporting, big money is not lifting up players to be household names.
Right. Right. Because on TV all the time, you just turn it on, it's Hee Haw night. And
I don't know what people are watching now. I watch YouTube.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I watch YouTube.
That's on my television.
On TV, you have the Roku, and you watch all this stuff. It's like that's TV or or some Netflix,
Yeah, it's like we never left each other.
Yeah,
that's 20 years ago. So you started playing guitar. You studied with this guy in
right, Ed Eminger.
Ed Eminger.
Yeah, a lot of people went to him.
All right.
I'm sure you would.
And pleasure.
You asking around, you'll run into somebody. Yeah.
Okay. So a lot of people study with him.
Yeah, it seemed like it.
Okay, well, that's cool. Yeah, I never heard of him, but that doesn't matter. Then now I have somebody to search out. This is how this works.
I mean, he passed away, a long time ago.
I'll say he won't be accepting any interviews.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that was ages ago.
Yeah. So how this is like you're like how old are you when this happens?
Oh, I started at 8.
Okay.
Then I took lessons for like 4 or 5 years. And then I took piano lessons.
Yeah.
classical stuff, and that was cool.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So
Then,
with Ed Eminger, what did you study?
well, it was very interesting. He did, scales, so you learn each position. Now, he didn't do all the fingerings, but it was a couple of them.
Mm-hmm.
But the repertoire, you did anything from rock songs to like jazz standards, maybe not in a real jazz way, but because, originally they were pop tunes anyways.
Yeah.
So then just like show tunes like Valley High. Remember, that South Pacific
Are you kidding me?
musical?
You're way older than me.
No, it's the music. Every now and then, I think it still comes to Broadway. But
yeah.
But some show tunes, country tunes, just in some of the pop tunes of the day.
Mm-hmm.
1970s.
Why? Yeah, I seem to remember there was a get together that you knew the Monkees. What was that Monkees?
Oh.
No, not that one.
Probably Stepping Stone.
Not your stepping stone.
Yeah, that one.
That wasn't it, though.
Oh, that wasn't it. I must have knew another one. That's the only one that's left in my head.
Yeah.
No. Oh, you used to love that show.
Yeah.
Lots of music.
Okay, so would you consider yourself a quick study?
A quick study?
Or was it?
Yeah, I try to be.
Last Train to Clarkville.
Oh yeah, what a great song.
Yeah, we played together, and that song was one you knew. It was just completely out of left field. I didn't.
Yeah. There's some good jazz versions of that.
Say again?
Good jazz versions of that. Yeah. I've heard some people do it. It's like, that's kind of cool. Yeah. Nice twist on it.
Yeah. So when you were studying with Ed, were you?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think you're a natural?
No, I wouldn't call it a natural. It just, you practice every day. This is why I'm sure you tell your students this too. If you practice every day, it will come together.
Yeah.
If you give it that 30 minutes, of course, as you get older, it gets longer. Yeah. But
30 minutes ain't doing nothing.
Yeah, but when you're like in third grade and you give it 30 minutes a day, it's gonna work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. You started when you're 7, so that's 7, 8 years old or whatever. So it was like third grade. All right. So okay, so who were your first guitar influences?
Well, Chuck Berry. We gotta love Chuck. Mm-hmm. He was swinging. He was rolling.
Mm-hmm.
And that kind of went right into the jazz thing by high school.
Okay.
There was some intermediate. I listened. Well, there's like fusion music, like Jeff Beck. I had a Jeff Beck period.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, his 60s stuff. Then I kind of got to the fusion work.
Okay.
Like that one album with Jan Hammer.
Yeah.
That live record.
Yep. Yeah. Yep. Jeff Gibble loves it.
Yeah, that's
Jan Hammer group. Yep.
Yeah. Like what a record.
Yeah. Seriously.
So I was listening to that. I was sort of starting the whole jazz thing in high school. I was playing in the jazz band, and somewhere in there I got into Herb Ellis.
Okay, was he your gateway guitar player?
Yeah, I would say pretty much. There was this one album, different than I put on that little jot form for you. It was called Hot Tracks.
Okay.
It was an easy record to listen to for jazz. Like even Herb's playing on that wasn't maybe as complicated as some of his other records. Uh-huh. It was cleaner. Maybe I should say it was really clean. Not a lot of notes. And it had like an up front. It was a sextet, so he had like trumpet, sax, guitars playing like a horn, like 3 horn players would, except that you put the guitar in there as a horn.
Yeah.
with piano, bass, and drums, you know, in the back.
Mhm.
Like, what a great album. It's like I couldn't have probably picked a better record to sort of listen to and sort of like copy some stuff,
Yeah.
because it was just, it's hard to explain, but it wasn't overly busy. The melodies were great. Not a lot of bebop. I mean, they were like swing melodies, but
Yeah.
not a lot of fast. Yeah, none of
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. All right.
Where where you think, wow, where are all those notes coming from? It wasn't quite, wasn't quite like that. You just put it on, hear it, and work on it.
Mm-hmm. And then what come? This is high school.
Yeah, that's high school. Then it starts to blur a little bit between high school and college. Somewhere I got into Kenny Burrell.
Okay.
I don't know if that was high school, maybe it was 12th grade or so. Like went out to, you remember Saul Kessler's record store on George Street?
I've heard. Yeah, I have heard of it.
Yeah, it was a place with jazz records.
Okay.
And a man named Rit who suggested what you maybe should listen to, what you're looking for.
Yeah.
He had it there for you.
Yeah.
And so like it was Kenny Burrell. I think it was Alive at the Village Vanguard, not the early one, which I think it has the same name, but the one from the 70s.
Okay.
Like it was a live session.
Yeah.
So that was great. Kenny Burrell does trio work really good, well. Then there's like, okay, this is sort of blending into the college years then.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's lots of Jim Hall, who's I still listen to a lot. And so this is, by college point. And Jim Hall just did a lot of great work, even in, like in the accompaniment.
Yeah.
It's like there's albums where he just plays the background and he's so good at it.
He did albums with what were the albums? Ron Carter.
Oh yeah, there's a number of those. There's one.
Yeah.
More famous. The first one probably the most famous one, but there's.
Yeah, and also Bill Evans.
Oh yeah, you can't beat that one.
Yeah, the two of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's also like where Jim Hall played with Bill Evans in like a sextet or quintet.
Mm-hmm.
He takes a solo, but otherwise, he's just back there doing the chord thing. And I was always impressed by how to accompany somebody effectively.
Yeah.
Not necessarily be the guy in the front.
Yeah. Completely how do I say this without being insulting? He wasn't a macho jazz guy.
Right.
He was a giving jazz musician.
Exactly. Yeah.
He had his time in the spotlight, but he wasn't this force of nature.
No, I mean,
that is a good thing.
It's definitely a good thing. That's what I loved about him. His solos were.
That's what made him different. And I'm not saying that the bravado that other people have, like Wes, was all over that.
Oh yeah, I mean, you got to love Wes. I mean, I love Wes. I still listen to Wes. Even listen to some today.
Yeah.
But like Jim Hall would just back up people and so effectively, and then like with the soloing, he didn't feel the need. He had to blow the roof off the house.
Yeah.
He'd
tell a story with the solos.
Right. It's a story. I mean, I guess if you weren't really paying attention to it, it might just go right over your head and think, oh, whatever. But if you listen to it, like you think, wow, this makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And this guy is like really like grooving, really grooving, but it's like on this low burner. It's intense, but it's a real intense flame, but not going.
It's like the Mahler of jazz guitar.
Right. So you listen to it, but I always thought Jim Hall, like that's to me, that's the thing right there. That's probably the epitome.
All right.
It's. I mean, I heard him actually live. I don't know when it was, 10 years ago. No, probably more than 10. It was at the Village Vanguard. It was a guitar duo. The other guy is this Japanese guy. I can't think how you say his name. But listen to Jim Hall just strum. I mean, you hear it on records, right? But live, it was like, holy smokes. This guy, the feel of it was incredible.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't, and it didn't, it's like I listened to, a lot of Jim Hall. It's like, this is great. But live, it just blew me away.
I saw him at Mount Gretna.
I was there.
I believe it.
I was there.
Yeah.
And that was a really nice concert too.
I saw Kenny Burrell there too.
I remember you were there.
You didn't go?
No, I was there. I said hi to you.
Oh.
I talked to you.
All right.
You remember?
What's going on? I was there. You didn't remember me?
Yeah, I was there.
Guitar Nerds, this was like 25, 30 years ago. So
yeah.
Both.
Yeah, we were there. In fact, John Kunkel?
I do. Yeah.
Yeah, he was there with me. We were both checking out Kenny do his thing.
So did he study with your old teacher?
No. I think he studied with Ray.
Really?
Yeah, Ray Iger. Yeah.
Oh my God, because he sounds like Ray.
Yeah, I think Ray's been teaching a long time.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But Ray's a young man.
Early 70s.
Ray would hear it.
Early 70s.
He looks good, though.
Yeah. Actually, he's going back to his hippie look, which is good.
Yeah.
Throwing his hair out a little bit, no mullet.
Yeah.
Good man. A lot of people have studied with Ray.
Yeah, I think it's who John studied with. But yeah, I love that Kenny Burrell concert up there. It was hot outside. Yeah. I remember that. It's like,
whew. They had to bring in a guitar. He didn't bring his own guitar.
Really? Oh, okay. I mean, he was still playing the Super 400.
Yeah, and then he had an acoustic. I guess they borrowed.
Oh yeah, he did a few acoustic pieces. That's right.
So memories. All right. So you're in college. We have a mutual. We're going to give some spotlight to a mentor to both of us.
Okay.
With Doc Salvador.
Oh yeah.
Doc he was my favorite person at York College.
Yeah.
Wonderful human being.
I love Doc. Yeah. He always has some good jokes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And but playing with him was great because he would always be showing me tunes.
Yeah.
Like, check this tune out. Check this tune.
Yeah.
He says, we could put these different chord changes right here. You know?
So you were with him for a lot longer than I was.
Yeah.
Because you graduated and he was.
Oh, I never stopped. Yeah, I never stopped visiting him.
Yeah.
Until he passed away.
Yeah.
So he had tunes and just the whole.
So for those who don't know, York College of Pennsylvania at the time was extremely conservative. With that said, they had a professor who got his doctor's degree in improvisation and classical music.
Yep.
Okay, but he's trying to draw lines in between, like the bebop people that he grew up on, and because classical music, historically, like Bach and Beethoven and Mozart were all improvising musicians. So he's trying to draw lines between the two camps. Now, many years later, the school has opened up. It is not strictly classical. When I was 21 years old, 22 years old, you couldn't go to your college and play electric guitar.
No.
Yeah.
Now they have rock guitar bands.
Yeah. My students have been in that.
Yeah.
My students have been in that. Do they have jazz?
Yeah, they still have the jazz band, as far as the big band.
Okay. Are you still teaching there?
Well, I was until the COVID. We kind of ran out of students for a moment.
Okay.
I had a couple seniors who graduated prior to the,
Mhm.
well, I guess when the whole COVID thing started, we were doing lessons in person. All of a sudden, we had to switch to this weird thing called Zoom.
In a year,
And it's like, oh boy, how do we do this?
it'll be done by the end of May.
Yeah, right. Be done by May. So then like even juries were like, send your recording in. It wasn't the way it was meant to be.
Yeah.
But then this whole following year here, really didn't get any new guitar students.
Yeah.
I think everyone's just holding off or decide to do something else.
How many did you have when
Right at the end, well, it was like 2 seniors, but even along the way, though, I had as many, probably as 7,
Okay.
8. Yeah.
Okay. These were jazz guys?
They were when I was done with them.
So the ivory tower, it's changed its sound.
Yeah. I mean, we had it. I mean, the funny thing about teaching, it's like you had to get material you could present in a jury.
Yeah.
And while that's great, on the other hand, it kind of eliminates some things maybe you wanted to do, but it's not really jury material, and you can't really dwell on it too much.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of concentration just putting certain tunes together that you could present
Yeah.
as a solo guitarist
Mm-hmm.
playing
Okay.
jazz.
Okay. So all right. So yeah, like at one time you had as much as 7 students.
Yeah. Then we got more guitar teachers to kind of split the load. Then all of a sudden, I don't think they have as many people well, this year certainly not, but as many people enrolling. So, but maybe that'll come back. It depends how many people want to be a rock and roll guitar player.
Yeah. Well, rock and roll was the new jazz.
Yeah.
You know what I mean by that, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a dying art form.
Yeah. Yeah. Now I know what you mean. Yeah.
And I don't mean that in any disrespectful way, because
No, I know.
I
What you're
love
saying.
both rock and jazz and all points in between.
Right.
So you and Doc Salvador,
Mm-hmm.
he got you gigging, or he taught you lots of stuff, and
Yeah, I mean, there's the whole jazz vocabulary. You just get by hanging around and listening and playing.
Yeah.
It's like you can know all your scales in the world. It's not don't ever give you jazz.
Yeah.
And it's almost you gotta play it and be around people who play it.
It's a social thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just, I mean, there's tons of books on jazz, but it's not in the book.
Yeah.
The whole feel, the way you approach the notes, the little things you may do with the notes.
Yeah.
That maybe other people might not.
Mm-hmm.
Things like that. So Doc had that whole thing going.
Yeah. Yep.
Very much a jazz trumpeter.
Oh, I got the feeling that getting his doctor's degree in what he did was what he had to do in order to make a living.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He was a smart guy, but it's like he was jazz. He wasn't like the rest of them.
Exactly.
And what was funny, and I found this funny and sad. He's at the time, I think, the only real jazz guy at your college.
Oh yeah, I don't think there was.
For years and years and years and years. At one point, he was the head of the department, music department.
Okay. Yeah, there was.
So check this out. What happened? They shoved him in that little I don't even know what the Mac Center is now at your college.
Oh yeah, they gave him the little room.
They gave him he had the only room in the building that had no windows.
Yeah.
It was like a closet.
It wasn't. You know what, Rod?
It was.
It's a closet again. It's a closet where they keep some music in.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is some racist stuff. I'm kidding.
Put the jazz guy as a closet.
Yeah. But that is kind of
I
typical.
know.
That is
I
kind of
know.
typical.
It's like, can't you give them a window?
Yeah, right. Well, give him, the head of the department and his wife both had two grand pianos in their rooms.
Yeah,
Why don't they share a room? They were no
exactly.
longer. So
Yeah.
anyway, so with that said, saying I want to take up jazz, what are the say first four tunes?
Oh, four. Okay. Well, first you got to learn blues and a
Something
jazz.
blues.
You would call that a tune. And maybe some of the substitutions.
All
You
all kinds of things that are blues.
yeah.
Yeah.
You want to. I mean, the substitutions could be endless, but and we always like to go to the 4 chord on the second bar. But not all the time. I've done gigs where we just kind of play it very straight, though. Then you need a rhythm tune, rhythm changes.
Okay, so for those who don't know what rhythm changes is, there's a song by George Gershwin called "I Got Rhythm," and it's been the basis for a lot of other tunes like Oleo and such.
Right. And then you want to hit just some more simpler tunes, maybe like "Summertime." That's semi-simple. I mean, it's a beautiful tune, but semi-simple. And a fourth one. Well, there you got me.
Something minor.
Something well, blue balsa. There you
Hey!
go. Yeah. Yeah, that'd be.
How'd I do, Teach?
Excellent.
That's it.
Excellent. Ooh, that's nice. I like that.
So we're gigging, aren't we?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway.
Good.
Okay. So blue bossa, we have something blues, any blues dominant blues. We have easy, kind of easy. Like okay, so Watermelon Man.
Oh, that's a good one to start. Yeah, that's a nice.
Watermelon Man, Summertime, those kinds of things.
Right.
And then minor things, minor blueses or minor songs like blue bossa,
Blue bossa.
Kenny Dorham, Henderson. What's his name?
Joe.
I want to say Ray Henderson, but there's no such.
Well, that was Kenny Dorham or Joe Henderson.
Joe Henderson played it. Kenny Dorham wrote it.
There you go.
I know 80s metal trivia, but I also know jazz stuff.
In it, Pat Martino played it, but in the key of A minor.
Yeah, that's chaos.
Yeah. You can change keys every now and then.
He's an alien, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we can agree on that.
Yeah. Yeah. Incredible player. Incredible.
Yeah. Okay, so now your top 5 jazz guitar players to listen to.
Wow, that's an interesting.
I'm assuming that a lot of our guitar nerds who are watching this, they don't even, some people don't understand that jazz and smooth jazz are two different things.
Right.
Okay. Smooth jazz.
They don't sound the same.
They're not at all the same. They're not the same. Quit calling it jazz.
Right. Yeah. See, top 5. Okay. Well, I still listen to the ones I started with.
That's fine. Yep.
So Herb Ellis.
Yep.
Of course, Jim Hall is way up there. Kenny Burrell, Pat Metheny. You gotta love Pat Metheny. Of course, like his record, Rejoicing.
All right.
What a record.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever listen to that record?
I probably did. Pat Metheny was like me in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah. It's like a trio with what was the drummer? Higgins.
Billy Higgins.
And Charlie Hayden playing bass.
Okay.
And Billy Higgins, that's right. And he does some acoustic stuff, sort of just regular electric guitar stuff. Then by the end of the record, he's pulling out his guitar synthesizer.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And I love that record. You know,
I
it's
used
sort
to,
of like,
the off ramp was the one I used to teach.
oh yeah, kid, that was probably, well, that might have been around the same point. Yeah,
Yeah, that was I taught a song off of off ramp.
yeah. But in that whole ECM thing,
Yeah,
I listened to a lot of stuff. You know, Keith Jarrett, piano player,
yeah.
and a lot
Gary
of people.
Burton, a lot of Gary Burton's, a lot of
Gary Burton,
his.
love Gary Burton stuff. He always has a guitar player in his
Yeah,
group.
yeah.
Not always, but
Almost always, and they're always great. Pat Metheny came from that.
yeah, exactly.
Steve
Yeah,
Swallow,
yeah. Steve Swallow, yeah, he's a lot of well, that.
Mick Goodrick. Mick Goodrick is a mentor of mine as well.
Yeah, and you know, there's some like Gary Burton records there with Mick Goodrick and Pat Metheny together.
Yes,
Yeah, and
I
that's
think Mick Goodrick was playing 12-string guitar or something.
yeah,
Yeah,
or Pat, one of them was.
yeah.
But, yeah, and yeah, and then like, and for the fifth player, yeah, it could be all over. I even made notes here. Like I enjoyed like Attila Zoller.
Huh? Oh yeah.
Attila Zoller. You know Attila?
I do not.
He was this Hungarian guy
Yeah.
who he played like some straight ahead stuff.
Okay.
Then he plays avant-garde.
Okay.
And
Attila Zoller.
Attila Zoller. And then yeah, but just regular straight ahead jazz guitar, no, just regular old sound. But he would play all these improv pieces and
Blues in a Closet.
oh, that's with Jim Hall. That's like a video. Oh, that's great. That's a great video. Yeah, he and Jim Hall together. But yeah, he was a Hungarian guy, like escaped the Nazis and stuff when he was a kid. Yeah.
Kenny Clark. All right, go.
Oh, this is a different record. It's not the one I thought you were on.
Oscar Pettiford.
Oh yeah, he played the Oscar Pettiford. But if you're looking up, he has like a solo guitar record on Spotify.
All right, so now.
Pardon?
Attila, that was your number 5.
Yeah, I'll put him at number 5. I mean, there's just so many good guitarists. I mean, even West.
Honorable mention Joe Pass.
Honorable mention Joe Pass. I mean, there's so many. You just start thinking like, who? It's like, there's hands and full. That was like the first one that came to my mind. I mean, then there's Wes. Hey, we all love Wes.
Mm-hmm.
I spent a lot of time listening to Wes records.
Yes. How important is blues to jazz?
How important? Yeah. I would say it's pretty darn important.
Okay.
You can't live without it.
Okay.
Even, I gotta say, some of the newer players, though, the blues aren't in there as much.
Do you enjoy it as much?
I'm not sure.
All right.
Maybe it's just getting older. It seems like you get older, it's like, oh, that old stuff was the best.
Well, maybe a part of it has to have the blues.
Yeah.
That is the heartfelt stuff, and that is the roux.
Yeah.
The roux of the musical. You know what I mean?
Right, but
in gumbo, you need the roux. You don't have no gumbo if you don't have no roux. You know what I mean?
That's right. That's right, Ron. But you ever listen to Julian Lage? I guess I'm not sure how young he is anymore.
He's amazing.
Amazing. I mean, I love his playing.
He's kind of like, I don't want to say he's got a classical touch.
Oh, he does. He plays like a violinist. Like the way he even goes through like some of the scales and the patterns he uses,
Mhm.
and like the way, or if he does arpeggio, especially the arpeggios, he play it sounds like violin studies.
But his arrangements, he's been doing a bunch of stuff on
Mm-hmm.
COVID related workshops that you can sign up for.
Oh, okay.
And I think I've seen more coming from him in the last year than I have in the last. When did he play with Gary Burton?
Oh, he might have been like
19,
14.
1920?
Yeah, 1920.
No, 18, 19?
Oh no, I think it was even younger, like
Really?
15.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, he started like really early. He
Yeah.
was like a virtuoso at like 15 or something,
Yeah.
or something like that. It was, yeah, it was before he was 18 or 19. It was,
Hmm. Yeah.
yeah.
So I don't know how old he is now, but in other words, I'm seeing a lot from him, and it's all really beautiful stuff. He'd take other people's songs, and he would come up with his own arrangement of it,
Right.
and it's wonderful. It's wonderful.
Oh
All right.
no, he's a wonderful player.
Yes. Okay. 6 string versus 7 string.
Okay, well, the seven
6 string
string,
sucks.
yeah. Well, I've been playing this since I think it says here on the sticker inside. I got this in 1997.
That is not your first.
No, no, this is the first one.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it has the year it's built, 97.
All right.
It's the seventh guitar he made in 97.
Who is that? What is it?
Dale Unger, of American Archtop.
Okay.
He lives up in the Poconos.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, great instrument, great instrument. So I've been playing it for whatever, you do the math.
28 years.
Yeah.
20,
So it, offers a
25
lot
years.
of possibility. Yeah, you can go low note to the very high.
Yeah.
So you gotta, and you can make some chord voicings. You can with 6 string. So I played this pretty much steady until like 5 years ago. Then I started like exploring, Okay, guitar players, you know them. I think you're one of them.
I am.
You want guitars, like, that one looks nice.
Yeah.
You see one, you think that looks nice, and sooner or later it's like, I think I might need that. Then after a while, you really want that.
What was the new guitar after this?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, there was like a Guild, which I still have, like semi-hollow body. I used that for a while. There's this Eastman's, actually 7 string, which is gone. And some other ones, but are just back to my old Gibson 175. It's like old, it's home, it's comfort. And I tried some other guitars. Maybe I shouldn't have like really played. And it's like, it would have been a better gig if I used what I usually. Oh, there was even a Strat or two.
Really?
Oh yeah.
When?
Oh, lost my pick. About 5, 6, 7 years ago, somewhere in there.
So what inspired you to do that?
Well, it's like
You're
I always
thinking,
wanted one. I always wanted
I would
one.
like to play a little bit more like Rod Gels.
Exactly. Yeah. But I guess I don't know what I did with it. I used it on some jazz gigs, and I guess we're trying to get that atmospheric sound. It'd have more effect pedals.
Yeah.
Or even with this guitar, we were big on the volume pedal at one point.
Yeah.
And
who are you playing with?
Oh, I even use it with Jay.
All right.
And he even bought one then.
But he has a rock background now.
Yeah, he played like in Holiday Inns type circuits.
Yeah. In other words, he found jazz, I'd say, later in life.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I don't know exactly when. Yeah, really.
Yeah, but he was Santana. He was Clapton. He was all those guys.
Yeah.
He grew, and then at some point he had to come to Jesus moment.
Jay?
So,
Oh
no,
no.
not
Well,
not I'm not
the other
literally,
guy.
not literally.
Like, well, not to say he's not, but
No, I don't know his religious beliefs.
no,
But
okay. It's like,
come the Jesus moment about jazz.
and he's not anti-Jesus, but yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then he kind of went back. You know, his mainstay's always been the thin 175.
Okay.
And he kind of eventually,
It's kind of weird living in a world where he is retired.
yeah. I mean, we did a lot of work together.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, a lot of gigs, and we played. It was always good, and sometimes it was really great, really great. It's like it was just pure music.
Mm-hmm.
Notes didn't really exist.
All right.
And just it's like a sound. We want to. We were like exploring the avant-garde,
Mm-hmm.
and just like the sound. We could just read each other's minds. I mean, we were playing chords. It really is like this wasn't written down.
Miles Davis in the 1960s.
Yeah.
You listen to Herbie Hancock, and what was it like playing with Miles in the 1960s? And that is what he said.
Yeah, we're putting like just
redefining everything.
Right, putting sounds together. We're just playing it's like it came out right. It's not, it's like not two guys that were like, what was that weird thing that guy played? That didn't match at all. It's like just reading each other's mind.
Yeah. It
was kind of scary sometimes.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
It's the best kind of stuff. Seriously.
It's like you could hit anything, also you go, and it all makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
He plays this on, makes total sense to whatever. And you find something, it goes on top. And sometimes we would use it like, sometimes we'd play a tune, then kind of drift into this other land, like on the outro part.
Yeah.
We were big on outros. Instead of intros, outros.
Yeah.
Then there was, I got to tell you this. There's this time, I don't know what the place was we played at. Now I don't advise this, but
dot.
I don't advise this, but the tune "Girl from Ipanema."
Know it? Yeah.
Yeah. We played. This is just a duo. We played a 30-minute version. Now I don't advise that, but it seemed like we kept finding stuff to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, maybe somebody in the audience probably was maybe wondering, when does this song end?
Do you ever see that? I forget the comedian. Who's What's New Pussycat? Plays it 20 times in a.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like that kind of thing. It's like it's maddening, and then you play another Tom Jones song, and then back to What's New Pussycat.
Right.
For 2 hours.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I don't know how that was our record time for playing Girl from Ipanema, 30-minute version.
Yes.
I remember we were done.
Oh.
We looked at our watches, and at the end, it was sort of like, that was 30 minutes.
Anyway.
But I don't know what there you go. Yeah, we did all kinds of things with it. It just wasn't straight ahead. But we really got into that.
Did you ever do anything funky?
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, I was the fusion band I was in, just like me or Jay and I.
No, you, period.
Oh yeah, well, like the fusion band, we definitely did some funky stuff.
Yeah.
That was back in like early 90s somewhere. So yeah, that was a quintet originally, and yeah, we
So
did.
here's a question for you. The jazz discipline,
Hmm.
how we approach music, we have standards that we learn to elaborate on. How do you think that can improve everybody's music education and music awareness, not just jazz musicians?
Well, it definitely, I think, well, it's rock tunes could do this too, but your sense of place or where you are, and of course the improv aspect. You definitely get to know the fingerboards because you're going through different keys.
Yeah.
You learn to play through different keys and keep switching. It has to help something.
Oh yeah.
It has to help something.
In other
But
words, the idea I've always like this idea that improv teaches us how to adapt,
oh yeah,
adapt to any musical situation.
exactly.
Okay? So you can't. You're finding your part. If your job is to find your part,
Hmm.
nothing teaches you that better than an improvisational mindset
Right, right,
approach. Because
exactly. Yeah, like the form, the forms of jazz tunes probably a little different than rock tunes. But even there, you really get a sense of where you need to be, when you need to be
mhm.
be there, and even the whole idea of maybe you don't even have to play, like on a chorus or two. If
Mhm.
you're backing somebody up, playing background, say you have a quartet.
Going back to Jim Hall.
Yeah, yeah, like hey, maybe just the bass and the drums and the saxophone guy are enough. Then you kind of bring it in, you know, somewhere between the second and the third chorus.
Yeah.
Then you start building intensity
Mhm.
by not just
Telling stories.
volume, but the voicings that you're playing
Mhm.
can really create intensity,
Mhm.
depending what kind of voicings you use. If it's real vanilla, you're not going to get much probably intensity.
Yeah. And the fact that when you study jazz, you get past the vanilla.
Right,
That is the thing. This is one of the things that why do we want
right.
to study jazz? Even now, I'm going to say, even if we don't view ourselves as, at the end of the day, I'm going to be a jazz guitar player for the rest of my life. You can still
Exactly.
benefit. You can still completely benefit from getting out of the vanilla, having
Exactly. I mean,
some sort of headroom out of the vanilla.
yeah, and it's always good to have headroom. I mean, if
Yeah.
you're, just playing in a country band, playing, four chords or something, which great four chords, but you
Remember
do a
Hank
little bit
Garland?
more. You can add that little spice here and there.
Yeah.
You
You remember
know?
Hank Garland?
Yeah.
He was like a jazz swing
Mm-hmm.
into country.
Right.
He kind of a fusion before fusion.
Yeah, exactly.
So
And I think Gary Burton's on one of those really
er,
well known
yeah,
albums.
like when Gary
Yeah.
was like 16.
Yeah.
Yeah. So okay, you do not have perfect pitch.
Oh yeah, we don't know, but I think my kids do.
Yeah. And he plays basketball.
Yeah. Our youngest plays basketball too.
Okay, so which one has a perfect pitch?
Actually, I think both of them do.
Oh God.
Comes from their mother, not me.
Yeah. Does she have perfect pitch?
I don't know, but I wouldn't put money against it.
Okay. So
She's right on pitch, and she'll let you
did you
know
hear
if you're
that
out.
Gary Burton lost his perfect pitch?
Oh, I read something about that. Yeah, I guess he had an illness or something, and
A
it
heart
left.
attack or something, a series of heart attacks?
Yeah,
and then he got in a fight with somebody about some chord changes and keys, and he realized
Yeah.
his ears weren't working anymore, which is horrific.
Yeah.
I never knew it went away. But anyway,
Yeah. Do you have perfect pitch?
I have none.
Okay.
I have no perfect pitch. I have a pretty good relative pitch.
Yeah.
Always working on the relative pitch.
Well, that's what we're work on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like relative pitch. We're all trying to get
Yeah.
relative pitch, but there's
Yep.
some folks, you know, like my wife.
29 years and counting.
Yeah. It's like if you play wrong notes or something, she can tell.
Well, so
or out of pitch, or there's a wrong note in the concerto. She knows what one it is.
Oh, of course.
That's scary.
No, no. If you know the music, you could too.
But it goes. Those concertos can move really fast sometimes.
Well, I understand. I understand. So,
you know.
But yeah. So we have the same thing though in our own music.
Yeah.
Yeah. You play one note out in Stairway to Heaven, then we're gonna be throwing tomatoes at you.
Yeah, you're always jazz. That's the beautiful. You're always one note away from the right note.
Yeah, or a better note.
Or a better note.
Yeah.
Or if you play some bad notes, seriously, you can make something out of it.
Yeah. Or the other thing is, and this is what I learned from B.B. King, is like play it again, they just think you're weird.
Yeah.
So, anyway, in the future, thank you, Bill. We're out of time.
Oh, okay.
I want to do a like some sort of talk on jazz guitar and like how to get into it for the first time.
Hey, that'd be a great idea.
In a future lesson.
Yeah, so we start with giant steps?
No, stop that. That's exactly what. Here is my opinion, and you're going to say, Rod, you're wrong. Most people who learning giant steps shouldn't be learning it.
Okay, I don't know who. Well, everyone wants to know. Well, not everyone, but
yeah, of a certain.
It's like, oh wow,
they think they're all that with Coltrane. It's like, shut up.
Yeah, but Jay and
Kurt Sight.
Yeah,
friend of both of ours.
Love Kurt. Yeah,
practiced giant steps for a year. And Kurt Titan in my world, in my eyes.
Yeah.
He is allowed to do giant steps.
Yeah.
I'm not allowed to do giant steps.
Yeah.
There's so many other things that we can be checking out. So like like a blues.
Yeah.
How do we jazz play us something out? Let's hear that 7-string guitar of yours.
Oh, okay.
Demo
blues.
Yeah. That's what you can do with the blues guitar.
Hey, I wasn't warmed up. Rod says play. I was like, oh, my hand's cold.
Yeah, that is what you can do with the blues. It is not a dead art form.
Yeah.
Knock it off. No.
Yeah.
That is the blues is like it's a testing ground for so many different musical things, and we will talk about it.
I think I might have added an extra measure in there when I was getting started.
That's avant-garde. It's all right.
Yeah.
We appreciate you.
Right at the beginning, might have one extra measure, but
we appreciate you. I appreciate you. That's good to do this. This is the most we've seen each other, and like other than occasional.
There we go.
We see each other at Rudders from time to time, but I don't know if you remember that, but
what's that again? Say that again.
This is, in other words, the most I've seen you in 20 years, except for the times at Rudders. We always seem to see each other at Rudders, where you're.
Oh yeah, Rudders.
Yeah. So anyway, thank you, Bill.
Well, thank you, Rod.
This is as I said, yeah, I'm grateful, and this is wonderful.
Well, thank you, appreciate it.
And fun. All right.
Okay.
Alrighty, I will see you. Thank you.
We'll see you. Have a good night.
Mm-hmm.